I'm Tamsin, I'm a beekeeper, and I'm going to show you a honeybee's home. This is called a hive, and this hive has got a roof, it's got an upstairs, a downstairs, and down here it's got a front door, just like your home. Now the hive, honeybee's home, consists of up to 60,000 bees in the middle of summer. This is spring, so we're in April now, so we've probably got just about 20,000 bees in here at the moment. So I'm going to take off the roof, get into the hive and show you what's inside. So we take the whole roof off, very gently place it down. And here we have a cover board, which is a board that covers the roof, or covers the top box of the hive, which is called a super, and this is where the bees store their honey. This is their larder. In your larder at home you'll have Doritos, you'll have Oreos, you'll have fruit and veg and all sorts of things. The bees just have nectar that they convert to honey, so I'll just show you. We take the cover board off, and inside we've just got a few bees up here. They're busy out working today because it's just beautiful weather. But I'm going to show you how the bees store their honey. This is a super frame, and in this frame there is a little bit of liquid nectar that the bees are converting to honey. They do that by fanning their wings, evaporating the moisture off, and then putting a little wax cap over the top to seal it indefinitely. And these bees have been quite busy this spring. I've got quite a few frames in here with some lovely glossy liquid nectar, and in the centre here, under this wax cap, there's some liquid honey. I just scrape the top off. You can see that's lovely honey there inside. So these bees have been working hard. So this top box is called a super. And underneath this box is the nursery. It's where the queen bee lives, and it's where she lays her eggs and where all the young larvae are reared. We don't want the queen bee to come up into the top box where the honey is, so on the top of the nursery, on top of the brood box, we have a queen excluder. Now this is a mesh that the queen can't get through. She's a bigger bee than these female worker bees. These are all quietly going about their business, but the queen bee can't get through here. She has to stay in the bottom box with all her eggs and her larvae. In the spring she's laying quite a few eggs, but come end of May into June, that queen can lay 1,500 eggs in a day. So she's a busy old thing. She gets fed an awful lot. She can lay more than her own weight in eggs a day because she's fed so much. This is a board called a dummy board, and it's what's used in a hive so that I can get frames out without squashing any bees. So we're going to show you what's inside the nursery, inside the brood box, the bottom box. This is just nectar here that they've converted to honey, so we've still got honey in there they'll use as their stores. That's at the edge of the nest. They store all their food around the edge. I'm going to go a little bit further into the nest, and here you can see we've got some lovely bright orange pollen in there, and all in around that pollen there are eggs and there are larvae. The queen's been busy laying lots of eggs in there, and these female worker bees, all these females, are feeding those young larvae. Can't see the queen on that one. Here we've got some larvae that have had a wax cap put over the top, and underneath that wax cap the bees are going to pupate. So the larvae are going to pupate into adult bees, and they pupate 5 times. They shed their skin 5 times before they become an adult bee. So that's all the young bees are underneath that biscuity coloured wax cap. This nest is quite full of bees. They're all going about their business nice and quietly. And the job down here is just to feed all those young larvae, lots of pollen for the protein, lots of nectar for the carbohydrate. So just very busy bees crawling all the way across the comb. I was hoping we could perhaps see the queen bee, but it's quite tricky to see one bee just in all those different bees here.